You have entered the Vault of Shadows. I am the keeper of the Vault of Shadows, Dave. Welcome, kids. We are blowing and going through this month of October, this wonderful Halloween season. I hope that wherever you are, it is very nice and fall-like. Where I am, at least above ground, when I go above ground, try not to do that often, not so much. But here, perfect Halloween feeling down below here in the vault. Today we're looking at another mask, and before we go and look at the mask in the viewing area, which is really just another part of the vault here, I want to talk about this mask because it's interesting that Fun World is doing this, and if we looked at the kind of crossover that isn't a crossover with the Friday the 13th, the Ghostface hockey masks, this is something that I'm surprised to see Fun World doing, and especially the way they're doing it. It's something that fans have been doing now for several years, and it's neat to see them take a shot at it. I don't have a comparison for you, though I do want to try one. And so what you're going to be looking at really is a mask that you could do yourself, okay? You could buy an EU Ghostface mask, right, which is your standard classic Ghostface mask. These are now available after many years. We didn't have them. We were just stuck with the ultra whites, that harder vinyl that didn't have a really good sculpt. Yeah, not the recent ones that last really like 5 to 8 years didn't. Earlier ones did. But 2 years ago, we got the ultra whites back, and now it gladdens the husk that is my heart when I go over to the Wally World and I see just boxes of these, and I keep buying them. I bought about 12. I bought about 12 last Halloween, and I just keep buying them because I love them so much, and they smell like vanilla, and they're just wonderful. The Ghostface mask, to me, one of the most effective, horrifying masks in the history of Halloween masks, and regardless of the films. I mean, I saw that thing in a drugstore. Here's gonna date me. Here's gonna date me. That's not English. I don't know what language it is. This will date me a bit. No girls ever did, so yeah. And that is K&B and Eckerd's. Some of you may remember that. Now, I wasn't alive back then, but that was the late 1800s. I was kicking around. But I still, I wasn't alive, but I would haunt those joints occasionally. And I tell you that I saw that Ghostface mask back then called Fantastic Faces, not yet seen by Wes Craven, and I think Maria Magdalena is her name, his location scout. And of course, the rest was history. It's a long story. We'll get into it. But I remember seeing that and thinking, man, that's creepy. And like an idiot, didn't buy one. Should have bought like 12 of them. I would be able to add some new wings to the vault, but sadly, I did not. So they can go upwards. I think I've seen some that are in really good shape. First generation, we call them Gen 1 Fantastic Faces, the very original pre-Scream Ghostface mask called the Peanut Eye Ghost. Upwards of $1,000 I've seen. And I've heard tell of them going that much as well. So, it is what it is. But that's the classic mask that we have back in stores. This variant, which is new for 2025, I'm going to show you here in a second. Very interesting. And I really was torn. Do I get this thing? Or do I pass on it and do it myself? We're gonna let you be the judge later on, because I'm going to do this myself. And I'll talk more about that process. But without further ado, or would it be what? I'm getting corrected here by the ghouls that work with it. It's adieu, right? Because adieu would be without further goodbye. Yes, fine. Let's take a look at this mask.
All right, kids. So here we have the standard EU stamped mask, which, by the way, if you're wondering when I refer to that, that's referring to the EU stamp that is here on the chin. And Easter Unlimited, which is the company behind Fun World, I believe was the original name, or maybe is still the name. I don't know all the particulars. But this is that good, wonderful vanilla-smelling vinyl, that soft vinyl that goes all the way back to the original mask. And it is now thankfully available again these last few Halloweens. And you can get this at Walmart. Now, this is a Walmart version. It will have this tag for some reason. I don't know if that's regional or if all Walmarts are doing this. But my Walmart's now, second year in a row, they're in boxes on shelves in the Halloween section instead of hang tags. I don't know what that's about. It's probably a spacing thing with Walmart. I don't particularly like this because I can't hang that. And so as a result of that, These just kind of don't get displayed because there's really not any way to hang them. But I still do have many of those that I buy every year. So I show you this for two reasons. One, so you know, Walmart, you can get these. And I think they go, geez, I don't know if the price is on here. I think no. I think these are $11.98 this year. Like everything at Walmart this year for Halloween, they've gone up several dollars. Last year, I want to say it was like $8. So they've gone up a good $3. This is a great mask, though. And so you might want to grab one of these and do yourself what I'm about to show you. Or you could spend, because that's the key to get the stuff to do what you're about to see on this other mask. It might end up being more expensive than buying this mask and that stuff, whereas just buying the mask you're about to see might be cheaper. But I think you'll maybe get a better look. An effect, I don't know. But anyway, there's the beauty there, the EU stamp, plenty of these. You can find them online, but Halloween Asylum, by the way, is my go-to for Ghostface. They've been really well stocked this year. They've got the hang tag versions of these as well, which you can find in party stores. For whatever reason, Our Spirit Halloween down in the realm of the Vault of Shadows in this area, this region, they only have hang tag. The only EUs they have are actually the 25th anniversary masks. They don't just have these standard shroud EUs. But you may find them at Walgreens. I haven't really looked at Walgreens yet. Possibility they're there with the hang tag, because Walgreens will have the hang tag, as you see on this mask. And this is the mask that I want to talk about. So this is a new for 2025 variant. And as I said earlier, I was not really sure about it. It was one of those masks I knew, yeah, I'm going to have to buy it. And turn this light on, even though this light's pretty awful. There we go, it's a little better. So here's the tag. It is from Spirit Halloween. The tag really, I was impressed that they got the tag in pretty good condition. Shipped to me in a bag. Didn't care for that. Never do like a mask in a bag. But that's what you got there. Still the same standard Ghostface. I wish we could just go to the EU there instead of, that's the reshoot mask as it's called from Scream 4. I never liked the design. I don't know why they stick with that. And then the Spirit logo here. This was $14.99. $14 or $19.99. I don't really remember. Let's look on the back. I ordered it online, so I don't know. My local stores, as of the recording of this video, did not have it. $14.99. So as you can see, it's blood spattered. Now, the deal with this is that I really don't know about mask painting processes and molding. It seems to me that it is actually molded into the vinyl, okay? And I can understand probably mass market production, you've got to do that. What I guess is problematic for me is that like we saw with the worn or aged variant of the hockey mask version, it's kind of hit or miss. Here it looks natural. It looks like blood. It looks like good splatter. Here it's fine, I guess. And over here, when you get down here, it looks like somebody just was putting on makeup, putting on lipstick, and that's no good. That should have been ignored completely, because blood, I don't know what look they're going for with that. It's not great. When I got it in person, I opened it and I looked at it. I was impressed with it much more than the images I saw, which is odd because the reverse is usually the case. But this part is what really kind of gets it for me. I think everything else works. I like it. Yeah, it is soft vinyl. I've read online, some people have said it's thinner than the vinyl that's used for a standard EU. I can't really tell if that's the case or not. So anybody in the comments, if you find it is, yeah, let me know if that's the case. It doesn't feel different. It does have, which is a really nice thing they've done this year and last year, has the plastic insert, which you can probably see that shining in there, reflecting. And that's to keep the shape of the mask, which is much appreciated after many years of these masks being horribly misshapen, even the ultra-whites. So I would, here's the deal, kids. Do you buy this mask? Okay, $14.99, it's done. I'm assuming, because I haven't seen them in stores, I haven't really been able to compare. Maybe pretty good blood color. I think it's a good enough blood color. This is the part that just really gets me. Maybe you find a good copy that doesn't have this big kind of weird smear and you're happy with it, and that's the easy route. The other route would be to buy one of these guys here, which is going to be 11 bucks, okay? So $4 away from this one with tax and all. And then what you would do is you would get something called PermaBlood. Now that you don't have to use PermaBlood, but PermaBlood is kind of the new standard in terms, from what I understand, of permanent blood for any kind of project you're doing with masks, props, whatever it may be. I usually always used my own. I always made my own fake blood with various shades of red, black, brown, even sometimes a little green, depending on what I was going for. Acrylic paint. Problem with that is that if you're going to put it on something that's going to be outside, you have any humidity or rain, unless you seal that in really well, yeah, it's gonna begin to run, and you don't want that, right? So the PermaBlood is the option. Once you put that on, though, that's on. It's permanently on there. This is not attached. I really think this is in the vinyl. And the problem with that is, find a good copy. I mean, the blood really up here too, and there's some realistic looking smudging going on here. And even in this big piece I don't care for here, I guess you could say this was like a finger, maybe, of the victim, and they, as they died, their finger. It's not that bad, but I'm going to do my own version, kids, and then I am going to show you, and you will be able to decide, yeah, I want to go the Dave route and do it myself. Or you might just go the other Dave route, which was to try this out, but then find a really nice one that you like, go with that one. I tell you this, most people who aren't me are not going to they're going to be like, ooh, that's gross. That really looks cool. And that's what you want. At the end of the day, this is probably fine. Get yourself a robe if you don't have one. Get this mask. Spirit, I think exclusively has, maybe not Spirit, but Fun World put out a new Ghostface knife replica this year that's made of shoot. I was going to say, I'm trying to think of the word. It's a polyurethane foam, I believe. So it's not as fragile as the one they've had for the last couple of years, which is very shiny, very nice, oversized. This one, realistic size to the Buck 120 knife, and it's made of foam, so not as fragile. So there you have it, kids. It is called the Bloody Ghostface Mask. Got mine on the website, and I would say check your stores and check for the blood pattern and see if you can find something. I wish you all the best of luck in finding the perfect blood-spattered mask, and don't we just wish that for everyone every day of the year? Until next time, stay spooky.